What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle, and we had a Quasimorph video a couple days ago now, and it was pretty well received, all things considered, and I'm really happy about that. The people that watched it seemed to like it too, so I was happy with that as well, and I'm glad you were happy with it. So what I decided to do is kind of a small follow-up to that, which is showing a little bit of endgame gameplay. The mission we're doing isn't going to be super difficult, hopefully, but everything's got like tech level 7+, and it's also going to be with a character that has a ton of augments and implants. Like, the whole character is basically a cyborg. So we're going to show that off, and then while we're doing that, I'm going to be trying to teach you like some fundamentals along the way to help prevent you and, you know, maybe sharpen my own skills, but prevent anyone from dying a horrible death at the hands of PMC scumbags. That's a line from the game, and it's really funny. So, we are doing that. As I said, not a crazy difficult mission. We're going to take this one here. So we have either Dilthy on control, only 1600 power, so that's not super bad. And we're going to be against Daydream, which has 5,000 power if we flipped it. Or if we're with Daydream. We're taking the control, so you can always flip it up here if you don't know. And as I said, we're going to be doing some endgame stuff. This class, Martian Mech Infantry, pretty sure it's a reference to Adeptus Mechanicus, because, to my knowledge, they come from Mars, and they are highly cyborgish, and they have a lot of integration with robotic body parts, not just the AdMech, but also this class in general also. And this is another video coming up, but we're going to talk about matching your operators, specifically based on their talents, to a specific class, because a lot of them kind of feel one-to-one with what they should be using. For example, Field Medic's pretty good, but also it helps if you have robotic parts, because that's the fixation bonus. And so who benefits from robotic body parts? The Martian Mech. And yeah, so this has only been in some training, got level 2 on stuff, but basically, real quick, the chance to stabilize robotic wounds, really nice. Implants, not using too many trigger implants, and Steel Without. This is probably the most important one, especially for a late game scenario. You could actually slap this on any class late game, and it's beneficial just because the augments, those are the things you put into your body and replace your limbs and all that. I wanted to say that this applies to implants too, but I actually don't think so. So I'd have to double check, but I remember putting in some implants and the penalties didn't go down, but some of the bonuses went up, so I don't know. Alright. Enough jaw jacking. So that was implants right there. We're rank 2, but also this is the loadout, since we have a... Actually, I showed the class thing. Let me show that first. Let's see. Oh, implants. That's what I do. Alright, so yeah. Everything is completely redone that can be redone. So we took a lot of the parts from the giant combat ARs, the warheads, whatever they're called. So all these giant brown parts that are, you know, limbs and all that. And we just slotted everything I had in. So that included a head, the arm, which is up here. There's 2 different arms. There's the regular one, and then there's the Judge, which has, you know, its own gun on the side of it. And I think that's pretty fun, so we're using that. And same thing, the leg. I got some feet down here, like a couple feet, but you can get a whole leg too. So I put the whole leg on this, and same thing with the frame that's in the chest or body. I forget which one is which. Yeah, the controller's in the chest, and the frame, this is in the body. And then we have a knee. So there is also a knee that comes from these, and you can pop it in here and get minus wound receive chance. And then just a lot of implants after that. So I can pop all these out, but just for the sake of time, I won't. And so you can see what everything is. Otherwise, it's really cool and fun. So I think that having these things late game is just super, super cool and almost required, as I said in that other video. And so for the items, I'm taking some pretty high level stuff here. Frame, this is the only high level armor that you can mod. And I'm working on, well, no, it's not the only one, but it's the only non-faction high-level armor that you can mod. So, in the process of working on that. Archangel, best backpack in the game. Very cool one. Also, very late game and rare. Comes from only Sunlight Coven, I believe. We have a Chanming Tech 10 gun. This thing was terrifying when it got fired at me. I'm bringing in engineer kicks. I think they should work on body parts. I'm kind of, or robotic body parts. So I'm kind of learning alongside y'all. Alright, make sure we're on the right one. Do not let the cargo be destroyed. You know, I should have took some turrets. This is a sort of defense mission. Alright. So on the map. Actually, I gotta reload this too. I just hit R, yeah. Alright. Meta progression lets you scan up to the first 3 floors, and missions can go up to 5. But this is definitely an upgrade you want to have because it just takes all it. This is one of the best ways to smooth out the difficulty of missions, just because you can see where the hell you're going, and you're not wasting as much time on the first couple floors while the Ecolab's Quasimorph gauge down here builds up. So just looking around. We have to go all the way to the ass end of nowhere and defend this, and then we have to run all the way back to the elevator. We have to do this 2 times, because we have 2 floors. But that's fine. Alright. Let us get moving. We'll talk about looting and stuff like that too. So, right here, Somnia, this means that Quasis are going to spawn here. We're on the moon. And this just gives you the stats of them. If there is no Quasimorphosis or Ecolapse possible, this says Absentia and it never goes up. But Somnia is referring to sleeping. So they're here, but they're just sleeping right now. And it's important later on to have anti-Quasi measures. So in this case, we brought cigarettes, but anything that's generally bad for the body, or at least addictive, is going to give you the quasi reversal stuff. So cigarettes, alcohol, drugs like morphine. Morphine heals you too, but you have a chance of morphine addiction. So you always want to bring something and have a counter to it. So we have nicotine addiction pills. All right. Normally, first tip here is when you open a door, it shouldn't be a big deal here, because we're in the beginning, but you never want to open a door on 1 AP if you can help it, as you see here, because if you open the door on your last AP, your turn ends, the door opens, the enemy, if they're like right here, they just start shooting you. So you pass your last AP and then you open it when you have 1 extra, so this way you can actually run out of the way. Just a small thing, but that is a really big one, because a lot of times you will just get shot opening doors, and this is a way to mitigate that. But also, the game is turn-based, so don't feel like you have to rush the whole time. You know, always check your surroundings, move slowly. You can use different modes, like there's sneak. I can't sneak because of one of the robotic parts I have on. Sneak is only good for like one turn usually before you open a door or something like that. Like if you come up to the door, go into sneak, pass the turn, and then if there are enemies in there, they'll highlight red if you can hear them, and so that way you can get an idea of what's in there, and then go back to walking next turn and pop the door. You can go to running too, which is you get an extra AP. This is actually really good for certain situations. So when you are running, you can't get into the inventory or open doors, so that's very important. A way around this, Ranger had this idea, so before you start running, you can drop something in the door to block it from closing. Very nice. But otherwise, running is really beneficial just because with your bonus AP, you can spend an extra AP per turn reloading. You have a heavy weapon, you can move, skip your AP, and then fire, because heavy weapons, you can't move before you fire it. But also, this just gives you extra AP to shoot enemies and stuff like that, or use meds. You can't get into your inventory, but you can use your vest slots. So, this is becoming very over-explained, but I like those types of videos, and I think people historically have liked them as well. Yeah, I don't expect anything. Actually, you know what? It's a control. There shouldn't be anything until I get there. Until I, like, actually spawn them. So we can just run. I guess I'll show that other thing too, though. So Ranger found this out, and I thought it was pretty clever. Like, normally if you walk out of a door and there's nothing here, it'll shut after a certain period of time, but you can actually just drop something in the door. And maybe not this. It shouldn't close on this either, but you have just something. It shouldn't close on it. You can also drop a couple things. So if you drop 2 things, it makes a little box. It definitely doesn't close on that. You can see it just tried to as well. So that's how you would do that. You'll see some green outlines because we get allies on this mission. Because it is control. Take it, sure. They want the ammo. Move. I'm walking here. Alright, double check. It's to my right. If we were somewhere else that wasn't the moon, there is a chance. You can always move diagonal, by the way, so keep track of that. But if it was somewhere else, you know, and I didn't want to make this huge walk, you could actually shoot out the wall between, like, right here. You want to save all this. This is really good on escort missions because the final, like, the escort target is always like floor 2 or later, and so that way you can have a wall to shoot through. So when you find where they're supposed to go, just shoot through the wall if you have the ammunition. But shoot through the wall and you can just walk in, dump them, and then leave. Just have to get there. All right, for a control mission, this is not a bad spot. So when we go in here, this is going to turn on. Okay. So yeah, our whole job is to prevent this from blowing up. Hoping someone didn't just show up right there. You can see the ecolapse is jumping. So people are, in fact, perishing off screen. Eat our PMC chocolate. Probably should have brought 2. Yeah. We're just passing turns. We're just waiting. And you can always check to see if people are dying over here. And sometimes you don't have to do anything. And, you know, this will go up like 100 and then everyone's dead. And then you just move on. So don't be surprised if that ever happens. That's also really good later. Like, if you're on the final floor of a mission and it's something like, you know, kill 12 dudes, and you have like 600 on the Quasimorphosis, you can just sit at the elevator, because they will spontaneously explode into Quasis, and then kill each other. So you don't have to move a lot of the time. And that way you don't have to run out there and risk dying, or hit a Baron or something like that. Alright, there he is. One of our things lets us detect in normal mode. So, oh, this is a... It's either the implants or I have the recreational AR head, which is the sex robot. But they're like their heads, if you put them on, they can detect enemies without being in stealth. So if you have this and the foot where you can't go into stealth, but you get some dodge, that's really helpful. Also, just to show, if you ever have implants, you can use them. You can't really see it under the camera, but it's right here. Actually, I guess I'll move the camera then. Yeah, move the camera, but it's right here. And the hotkey is P, but you can always click here, and this is how you use your implants. Also, if you have a mouse with multiple buttons, I recommend binding like mouse 4. to pass instead of spacebar, so you're not just like every time on your spacebar. So I have an option here. I can shoot right through this and try and hit this person, but I'm going to wait until they open the door, because most enemies have 3 AP right now, so it'll be like spend 1, open the door, spend 1, move. And if they shoot, they don't have the angle right here. So I should be okay. Yeah. We already took damage. Are you dying? No. Alright. Also, another tip too. You can hold shift to manually aim. And sometimes this is really good because you get angles that seem like you can't hit someone directly. You know, like if he has a space back, maybe this wall's in the way. But if you manually aim, sometimes you can, like as you see here, I'm hitting this, but you can move over and like shoot someone. So this is a really good tip. That was so loud. All right, I got the power of editing. Yep. Actually, right there, right? Look, I can't hit him here, but I can aim like this. I shot the wall out. All right, we're here to party, I guess. All right, he's way outside my effective range. Something to always do as well is just check their gear, because you know you want to make sure you can tell what they're using and prioritize who's like a super big threat. So this pistol is pretty dangerous, but we also have poison immunity through one of our things. And one of the reasons I brought a melee weapon that can cut or pierce is because this guy's gonna have an implant, and I may want to try and cut this out of him. So if they have like a yellow dot here, they have stuff on their person. I think the symbol over them, no, it just means it's a target. All right. All right, can I hit? You know, I'm gonna wait. Pass. He's not moving, but he's not hitting me through that cover. It's too big. I could start shooting and hit that. Oh, Ecolapse. He's a quasi now. I was gonna reload because they're gonna be fighting here, yeah. You know, Marco Pierre White likes to say, let the stove do the work. Or the pan or something like that. Let the quasis do the work. I hate when that happens. Some random ass stray bullet, like all the way from off screen, somehow, you know, flew up and hit me. But, that can be a little dangerous because sometimes, like you see how I got just a small self-healing bruise right here? If they fire a beam and it grazes you and you get like 1% radiation, you lose 5 max HP right there. So the way it scales is like by brackets, not by like a percentage, which kind of sucks sometimes. This dude's a god. Can you do it again? Okay. Wah! I took a interesting. That's fine. I'm just farming. I'm just farming perk XP. I cannot believe that actually hit me and caused damage. What did it hit? My head? Yeah. Like the only thing visible. It's funny that person was hitting that shot, but they're not gonna shoot again. Okay, I gotta move here. I don't want to. They bleed out? Nope, right there. Oh, it's a quasi. Okay. Everything's a quasi right now. This is really, really annoying at times, because if you've ever noticed, the Quasimorph's gauge can start spiking really hard when a couple are alive and active. And it's because sometimes when they spawn in, they have augments or body parts that increase Quasimorphosis. You can get these off of them, but quasis don't leave physical corpses, so the way to get this is to have like a high amputation weapon. Like a cutting melee or some other, just like a saw blade or something like that, and then hit him with it. Dude's infected. Very slow. Boom. Boom. And it's always good to check the wounds, because sometimes, you know, they get wounded so bad that they're just going to die when they start walking. So you can just, yeah. I'm going to reload and just stun on this guy. We got 6 every time it moves. That's 3. Bump. Bump. I should have shot him again if I wanted that that item. Try and knock it off of him. Okay, looting. Very important, take only what you need, or you think you need. It's always good, if you don't know what to take, to focus on basic raw materials. Plastic, rags, and other stuff in that vein. Usually plastic and rags, gunpowder is another one, just because they're the basis of making so many things that it's good to have. Let's see, I'm gonna refill this. I get reload speed out of my vest. These makeshift batteries are really bad, and I don't really care about holding them, so I'm gonna move them. Buffalo bag, normally you would take this. This is really good, but I have 10, so I don't really need it this second. I'm gonna take the nicotine addiction. Move this stuff down here. And I'll drop this so I don't have to deal with it. And then right here, I'm gonna shred the entire set. And you can click this button. You get everything. And then you can take a look at what else they have. See if you want it or not. So, it's disassembling everything. Weapon parts. Spring. Let's see. I got a lot of weapon parts. I don't have a ton of springs. But I have like 300 rags. So I'm going to move the rags out. And I'll probably get rid of the rubber too eventually. I could right now. Because the weapon parts are always helpful. You just keep moving down. Okay, nice gun. Get to take the ammo. Let's see. Armor plates, not really doing much of those right now. Let's see. Really good armor boots. I don't need them this second though. So you can already see right here, we're gonna start dumping stuff. I don't need that, but we'll take this. Food, I definitely need food coming up, so I'll take that. And I'm gonna shred the rest of it. And we check his implants. What does he have? Sensor. Okay, I should be able to take this off, and you'll see what it is. So you have to have a weapon that cuts or pierces and is melee on you. Doesn't have to be equipped, but it has to be on you. Otherwise, you can't cut this stuff off. And just like how you can disassemble everything in their bag, you can butcher their entire corpse. Yeah, as you see here, there's the head. So this is the one I'm using too. I don't need this right now. Well, maybe I do. Hold on. For the gunpowder, I'll take this. I don't have any other ones. This is a decent head. And let's see. I'm going to keep the ammo right now just because I burned through it so fast. I get rid of the plastic. Ceramic plates, super, super good. You won't see those till later, but you should always pick those up. And then we just move on and loot. This is called the loot and scoop. We have a knife maker. Don't need the kits. Chips, just eat these. It's okay to eat raw. Let's see. The pistol's good. Do I want to take the pistol? I do. So we'll just get rid of some stuff here. I don't really need that. Like, this is going to be common until you really, like, boil down what you need in that moment. Shred all of it. What's he have? Integrated magazine. Okay. So this isn't guaranteed to come off like an augment is late game, but our operator's talent gives us bonus extraction chance, so we're going to try and cut this off right there. Didn't get it. Surprising. Don't need anything else. Move on to the next one. Like I said, you're going to spend a lot of time looting, so don't be worried about that. I may just get rid of this. It's nice to have that, but I don't really need it. But I can also get rid of the pipe. Alright, so that's an explosive. That's good to have. And maybe I don't need this. I already have 2. Like I said, the raw materials are almost always better. Unless it's like a weapon that's new to you. Got a lens. Don't have too many of those. Lunar. This is quasi material. Don't need that. And then makes another pile. Okay, this guy's got some good armor. I'm looking for ceramics. I ceramics are in there, but there you go. And let's see. Since they're packing a lot of 797 so far, I'm going to be a little greedy and get rid of this. And I'm going to take the circuit boards here. I might get rid of the lens. I don't have a lot, but I'm also not using a lot. It's for, you know, specific weapon crafting, but I already have like 50. Keep moving. Same thing. To me, just at a glance, because I've played a lot, I already know I don't need any of this. That's why I'm not going over it. But, you know, when you're still learning, it's okay to look at everything. And then, yeah. I can eat this skin. There's no chance of infection, which is nice. But you do get quasimorphosis. However, the reason the skin's important to know that it's a consumable is because on missions where you have absentia and there's no quasis, eating skin is very common. Don't be afraid to cannibalize. Love thy neighbor. Because it's a bastardization, I'm sorry. I don't know where the last person is, though. That's the issue. I don't think there's many. But I'm afraid of, like, what... There you are. Okay. This is a perfect time to teach this. Look, this guy's right here. If I open this door right now, he shoots me. I pass. I open the door. And then I shoot him. Actually, he's only got 1 AP, so I'm going to bait him over here. And then just... I think he eco-lapsed. Yeah. Okay, so you can't hit them the first turn. They're phasing. But yeah, I'm going to wait here. Okay. No, what the fuck? Oh, he infected me. Well. There you go. Whoa. How do you survive that? Interesting. Is this like a bug? Okay. Sometimes they get stuck in like some kind of bug where they're permanently phasing. That wasn't it, thankfully, but I don't know why I couldn't kill him with this axe. Let's see. I am infected. I have nothing to cure this right now, which is an issue. But infections, as annoying as they can be and common, this is one of the few negative conditions that'll actually fix itself. So if you have an infection, it'll ramp up to 100%. Once it hits 100, it starts dropping again. So if you can't get rid of it immediately, you know, with an item, you're gonna have to let it run the course. And if you have like 80% infection, but you find something that heals 40, don't use it. Like, because if you use it, it's still gonna go back up to 100. So let it hit 100 and then come back down. And then you can use the item. Shred everything. Okay. Reload. You know, if you have allies on a mission like I did here, it's also important to go loot them because you may find something good sometimes that they had. That's actually how I got this gun, I think. No. I took that from someone, but there's been a couple really good guns out there that I picked up because the ally had them and then the ally died, or you kill the ally at the end of the mission. This video is going better than I expected to. Not to toot my own horn, but I don't know. I'm happy to over-explain. I always like doing these. Okay. Actually, yeah, I thought I was gonna end up not looking for, you know, the guys that were helping me, but I might pass some on the way through because they were here. Open this. Yeah, there's an AR. There's this guy. Again, you can, late game, you can just chop off augments guaranteed. So you always get that, but disassemble it a bit further and look for, like, circuitry. Then this guy. Wait, he had that, but I'm going to butcher the entire mech. And that's because you can see all this stuff, but I want the potential circuits and such. I'm looking to see if any of these three go up, because that's what I'm after, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting anything. The wire, I don't know why it's called cable, and then this is wire, but the wire, the cable. I don't have too many of these, but I also don't use many. But you do use them. I think that's it for like allies. I didn't see too many other people. Since I know the floor's empty, running like this is okay. Now we get to hear some Phase 2 music. Hopefully no copyright dingaroo, right? Control missions are usually pretty chill. But as I was saying before, on the surface of some planets like the moon, or I guess the moon itself, you know, moons, you know, there's space in between things, so you can't shoot out the walls. However, I can shoot out the walls here because this is underground now. So if I wanted to shoot out some walls and like walk through half the stage, I could. But I don't need to. So we got some buddies here. Maybe some chests. I mean, I could go around looting, but I don't think I'm going to find anything super good. But this is a great, you know, just thing to teach with. This is one of my favorites, though. From the soundtrack. You can also tell if various cabinets have stuff in them because they'll be closed. As you see here, that one was closed. I take this out, it's open now, but it's right there. And same with the chest. That one's super obvious, but you know, get used to seeing what containers have or what they look like when they have stuff and when they don't. It's an issue. I don't think anyone's spawning in here, but I'd be pretty miffed if someone did. Okay, so I'm gonna block these doors. Very helpful to do. If you ever get stuck and you need to like close a door, even though you see this, don't try and left click because sometimes you move into it. However, you can always right click and deal with it that way. I guess just blocking doors in general can be helpful just because like if I really wanted to be paranoid, I could go through the entire place and block every door so when they start spawning, they, you know, have to at least break it, but it's fine. Yeah, this area is a little concerning because there's no great cover. Normally, when you do a mission like this, you have to defend a point. I would like something like one of these blocks like out here. I could camp behind this and shoot through the door, but I'm a little afraid of that like stray bullets hitting this, but I guess I could try it. It's gonna protect me after all. Poop. I actually want the poop. Poop makes alcohol, and alcohol makes us forget about the quasis. Alright. Is this a good angle? Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not hitting this. Because you can shoot over the cover immediately in front of you, but if there's multiple cover, you're going to hit the next one. So if I wanted to shoot like this, I'd hit all of these. If I wanted to as well, I can actually block this door, and I think I will. No one's coming in. Passing turns. You can see the Quasimorph is jumping. That means they're killing each other. Yep. Every time it goes up by like 10, someone's died. Like if it jumps by 10 or 20 at a time. Also, something, I don't know if you know this, but you have like your field of view and it just shows you what you can see, and you can expand your field of view with augments, which is kind of cool. But when you're looking around, you can right click to turn, so make sure you're always looking around. It doesn't cost an action, so look around before you end your turn. If you need to. Like, right here, there's nothing spawning behind me, so I don't need to. Just waiting here until I see stuff pop up. I could lower the eco lapse right now if I wanted to, but I'm choosing not to because I'm hoping all the quasis pop and then just kill all the people for me. And then I got my cigarettes to lower it after. Although it is getting kind of high. People still dying. The crappy part is it could be my own people. Alright, now we got to get out of here. And if I smoked all of these cigarettes and knocked the Quasimorphosis under 100, they would all despawn. Which is why some levels where you have to fight Quasis, it's capped at 100 minimum. Sadly, I gotta shoot through this, but fine. Boom, boom, boom. Tall man. These guys actually stay around. Equus, okay. Thought it'd be like a centaur, but I think centaurs are Venus. Got my poop. I can craft these, but I still think I want to have them to sell. One capacitor, I don't think I'm going to find another. Boom, boom. There. Boom, boom, boom. Gonna move diagonal. Whoop. As you can see, everyone just started like eco-lapsing and killing each other right here. What is this? Oh, I've never seen that. That's cool. Phantom. Oh, fudge. Okay, it looks like... Yeah, it's pretty resistant to physical weapons, go figure, but... That's why we have the backup. Boom. There. Can do a little bit of looting. Fighter backpacks, very good. Let's see. I don't have one. Do I want that? I kind of do. Let's get rid of the poop. It's only one poop. I can make more poop, you know. In fact, I'm surprised you have to loot it. Considering, you know, I could just collect it off my ship. Everyone just keeps pooping. I'm gonna drop some batteries. I don't need them. I have 2,000. That little number under the triangle, the credits, right? I don't need these. Just gonna enjoy the music for a bit. There's another one of these divider pistols. What do you have? A controller? Okay, I don't really want the controller. I'll chop it out though. Oh, it's a military one. I do want that. Okay. Let's see. What can I get rid of? Unironically, the batteries. Batteries, number dose. I'm not really using that gun right now. Really can't pick any of these up. Just these random different grenades, dude. I have a few thermals, so I'm not worried. Picking the armor. This here. Cyber liver. I'd like to get this. Lunar innards. I don't have these yet, but random quasi parts can be useful. Alright, there's the liver. I really want to get rid of the robotic head. I guess it's the springs. I don't really need springs right now. Alright, there you go. I could also just smoke and kill all the quasis if I wanted to. I'm pretty much running out of opportunity to do that. Because once it gets over 600, I can't. Because I don't have enough of enough cigarettes. But I also like to conserve these cigarettes. AP ammo is really good. There's the weapon. I do have one. Let's see, military parts, useful. I don't know if I need these anymore for upgrading stuff. I may disassemble this one, see what I get. Wow. Oh, those are so good to keep. Take the AP, it costs more. Wow, wow, those are really good. Okay, crap. At this point, a stack of gunpowder is going to be better. But I'll just take that. I want some of these grenades. I want to keep them. I could get rid of this. I don't really need this anymore. It's not worth that much either. So what are we taking then? I guess gunpowder? If you're ever unsure, just disassemble all the ammo and take a stack of gunpowder home. Alright. Damn, those boxes are super good. You can get armor and weapon crates, but those are usually really high value for trading, so don't break them up. Let's see, if I could sneak, I would do it right now. Let's see. I have to go through them. Do I? No, I don't. Okay. I was like, the elevator should be nearby. I don't have to fight him, so I'm not fighting him. I am leaving. Good work, 47. Yes, dude. Daydream? Screw you, Daydream. Alright, so we got some Dilthy stuff done. And just looking at these, really nice. And then we're going to get down to our scavengers upgrade. And here's a bunch of scavenge stuff. It's not usually super useful, but it's just nice. Just extra stuff. Like, this is good. The toolbox, that's worth money. Alright. And then, normally you can unload all if you want to, but I don't want to have to redo everything on this character, so it's gonna leave like some ammo and dump the rest. I could have called a capsule that mission too if I wanted to and like go pick up stuff, but I didn't want to deal with that. So we're sorting. New stuff. Military bag, that's nice. Oh, I think I just made one. Sorting, more stuff here, more arms. I don't need a lot of those, but so yeah, I put all my augments and stuff on a separate tab. Data chips, I use a lot for crafting. That's what you do with your spares, you just craft with them. And should be here, right? Yeah, I got food that perishes, so perishable food, so I have to refrigerate it. Which is a nice thing that they added, you can refrigerate stuff. Essentially, you're freezing it, so it doesn't spoil, and it's really nice to have that. As you see here, so all this stuff normally spoils, but it's being frozen in here and kept alive. So all this stuff is useful in some capacity, except the heart. I don't know what to do with the heart, but I assume like for like a cybernetic thing, because you can make a cyber heart. I assume you need a heart for that, and then you like put electronics into it. Recycler, nothing in there right now. But I'm gonna finish the mission. Now we can check out what's on Dilthy. If you don't have credits, you don't have to worry about trading with them. You'll get credits doing missions for them. I don't think it's like one-to-one with what you see. It may be. But yeah, I didn't get a lot of credits for that one. Yeah, so you can trade after. Dilthy batteries, the best in the business. You should always want these. Let's see. Right now I'm at a point where I need chips. So I'm looking at the chips they have. And if there's any cool guns that I don't have. But I have all this. So what could I do? Let's see, if I wanted this, 450. Wait, why is it? Okay. I accidentally clicked that. I was like, why? Okay, so we have a discount. Which is nice. Don't need the class chip right now. The blue ones are like really important because all the upgrades I need take blue chips and I just don't have a ton. I had like 50 and I used all of them. Don't they have mine chips? They do. There's one merc that I'm missing. So it costs 1,500 for all that. And I only have, actually 16, but I only have 100. So how do I make another 1,500 to complete this transaction? What do you got? Okay, I have some of this. I have a lot of this. Switchboards. Data miners. Okay, worth a lot. I can probably just give 2 data miners. I still need a welding machine. It's always the freaking welding machine, dude. When you play on Unfair, you don't start with the welding machine, so you can't start crafting right away. There is a way to get one immediately. But you may not want to, because it's an item you give to someone, and whoever you give it to gives you gear, and only one of them gives you a welding machine. So you may not want the gear, but you get the welding machine? I don't know. Okay. Reanimation. These aren't worth trading in right now. So probably the data miners. I got a couple. I need switchboards for some upgrade. I forget what it is. I think it's like augments. So I'm gonna get 2 data miners. They're offering me 861 right now. I'm not gonna get exactly 861. I may get less. But let's see. Cargo. These are... They're here, right? The data miners. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take the one that's been used. Teehee. And that one still has 3 shots, but 2 should be enough. Boom. Yeah, 600. 1200. Oh, do I need a third? I don't want to give you a third, Dilthy. What else can I give you? Booze? I got a lot of booze cases. It's only gonna be about 100 if I give it to him. Like you see, they're offering me 861, but I only get 603 from the trade, so still losing a bit. Even with max rep. I need 300. That, I think it's just a freaking switchboard, isn't it? I don't want to give him a switchboard, though. You can give him a reanimatron. I'll have some leftover credits, but that's fine. I have to double check this, but I feel like you lose credits over time if you don't use them. So it's always not in your best... If that is true. I could be wrong, but if that is true, then you don't want to overdo it. Like, you don't want to give them 5,000 credits worth of shit and then lose all of it. What was I giving them? It was a switchboard. There it is. Divide. Alright, this should be enough, and I can buy all the stuff I want. Ideally, you don't want to... Yeah, that's perfect. You don't want to start doing hardcore buying and selling with a faction until you have max rep, but you can get max rep in like 5 missions with them. Okay. Did it knock off what I was trying to buy? Okay. But there's like a really loud sound outside. Is like, is someone hammering, or is that like what you call it? Music. Could be bass. Alright, so I didn't get anything new. I'm still looking for 1 merc, and it's Priya. I don't have Priya yet. But all these are important for late game, like, modifications, because they all take chips. You're trying to mod mercs, they take mine chips. You're trying to mod classes, they take class chips. Trying to mod items, they take item chips. Put it off. Sort, I just mash the sort. Just don't mash sort on the cryo or the recycler, because it's all going to leave. It's going to go back to where it came from. Alright. That's it. So, cool video. At least in my opinion. I was really happy with being able to do that, because I know when I stream Darkest Dungeon and I do like an over-explained run, people always appreciate it. So I'm hoping the over-explained Quasimorph is good. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you're thinking down below, and other Quasimorph content you may want to see. We got plans. But it's always good to hear from the audience. So thanks for watching. See you next time.